Somebody get some pants on that kid!
Until he got stood up at his own wedding.
I woke up this morning and I realized I'm about to marry a wedding singer.
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday!
Hey, Psycho, get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up.
This is my fiance, Glenn.
I don't even know your last name.
It's Gulia.
Julia's last name is gonna be Gulia. Julia Gulia. That's funny.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. I just...
You are the worst wedding singer in the world, buddy!
Well, I have a microphone and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
The Wedding Singer.
I said hip hop, I hip it to the hip hip hop. You don't stop the rock to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boot to the rhythm.
All right. If you haven't already figured it out, we are doing, what are we doing, sweetie?
We're doing The Wedding Singer. And Todd, that's you when you get a microphone. Because sometimes we have a karaoke machine.
Cameron too.
And Cameron too. And we take it places. So
Yes.
like we're going somewhere, we bring the karaoke machine, or when people are at our house, and Todd takes the microphone. And I find it to be great because then we don't have to scream over each other.
Yeah.
Because he'll be like, we're going to start a game. But, you know, I don't know if everybody feels that way.
I have a cousin named Julia. Mm-hmm. I don't even need to say her last name. I guess she may not want to be spoken
Probably
about.
not.
But I remember whenever I would see her, which would be random, she wasn't really a close cousin or isn't, but I would say Julia Gulia. And I feel like anybody named Julia really took a hit when this movie came out.
Well, I bet people said Julia Gulia before this movie came out, and the joke was played on that idea.
Before this movie came out?
Of course, because it just rhymes. It's like it rhymes with someone's
Well,
name.
what about Julia Shmulia?
Yeah, but no one's going to have the last name Shmulia. Or maybe they do. I'm sorry, anybody with that last name.
We just want to apologize in advance for anybody whose last name is Shmulia.
Shmulia.
So,
But yes, this is The Wedding Singer, Todd, and it's from 1998. And I was the one who pushed to do this because it's the end of February. So we wanted to do one more romantic movie. And if all of you remember from last week or 2 weeks ago, if you listened, I said my favorite romantic comedy was, I think I said When Harry Met Sally, but my very close number 2 was The Wedding Singer. So when we were trying to figure out what to do, I said, let's do this, please.
yes.
So here we go.
Do you want to tease out what we're doing next month?
Sure. Okay. So Todd and I had lunch last week, 2 days ago. Well, it really wasn't last week. And we're like, what are we going to do for the next 2 months so we can be planned and prepared? And next month is going to be dance month. And we're going to start it off with Footloose. So, get ready for that. And then the following month is going to be...
We think.
I can't remember. What is it?
Soap opera month?
No, we decided something else. Remember? I said write
videos?
it down.
Music videos?
Nope, it was something else.
I emailed it to you too.
I know. So let's just say what next month is going to be because there's no need to go any further than that.
Do you want to say all 4 movies that we're doing?
No, we're just doing Footloose next week. That's all you need to know.
And this might be a tease for yet another one.
Maybe.
We're totally doing that.
Maybe. So that's what's up and coming. But for today, let's focus on this movie, please.
All right. Not much of scene setting. This is not necessarily the most complicated or deep movie, although I'm pretty sure my sweetheart is going to come up with some deep themes.
Well, it's pretty much a movie. When you look at a screenplay, they did exactly the template of how it's supposed to roll, right? You develop some characters and then you give them a challenge and then they have to overcome it. And then, it's the basics of a romantic comedy.
So this is starring Adam Sandler, who I think it's his 3rd big movie, but I think this one exploded onto the scene more so than Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore. I think this because it captured a different genre, right?
Right. Well, this one made more money
Yes.
than those two, surprisingly, because I'm sure a lot of people think the other two are more popular, but this actually did better at the box office.
Drew Barrymore is Julia. So Adam is Robbie Hart. Drew is Julia Sullivan. Christine Taylor is her buddy. Her name, or is her cousin. Her name is Holly Sullivan.
Or his cousin, yeah.
Alan Covert is Sammy, Robbie's best friend.
Limo driver.
Limo driver. We might play a scene.
Who's actually one of his best friends in real life.
Oh, really?
He puts him in all of his movies.
Ellen Albertini Dow. Ellen Albertini Dow. She's Rosie. She's the elderly woman.
Uh-huh. She does the rapping at the end.
Angela Featherstone, she's Linda. Kind of gives the vibe. Linda gives me the vibes of Wayne's girlfriend from Wayne's World.
Stacy?
Stacy.
Mm-hmm.
Same look, same kind of energy.
Well, why? Because they're from the same era.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're annoying girlfriends.
Yeah.
Gun rack.
Gun wreck, let alone many guns that would necessitate an entire wreck.
Matthew Glave is Glenn Guglia,
Yeah.
who plays a really good villain, I
Yep.
think. Alexis Arquette
Mm-hmm.
is George Stitzer, and then nobody else is worth mentioning. So real quick, I'll save that for random facts. But anyway, so what do you want to say to set up the scene, sweetie?
Just that, again, it was 1998. The budget was 18 million. The box office was 123 million. Thus, did very well. I guess I will just say that Drew Barrymore decided that kind of out of the blue that she wanted to do movies with Adam Sandler. They did not know each other. She just kind of knew his persona on screen, and she felt like she was the female version of him. And she asked him to go to coffee and talk, and she said, I feel like we're the new couple that needs to be on screen. And she used something like, I don't think she used Bacall and Bogart. What'd she use?
Spencer Tracy
Yeah.
and whoever
Tracy
else.
and Hepburn. And she's like, we're not going to do dramas necessarily, but we are that couple that belongs together. And he was like, all right, let's do it. So they ended up doing 3 movies together. This was the first one.
I'm going to just share. The beginning of the movie is kind of fun. It's just that music montage.
I love it.
So I'm going to see if I can get this technology to work for me. We'll see if it works. Where's the play button? There's the play button. It's not popping up? That's a bummer. All right. Well, you could hear it, but not. I don't know why it's not sharing, but that's the way technology works sometimes.
It's still a good beginning, because what I will say about this movie that was really nice was that it was the first movie that I remember that used 80s as their, like, when the movie was set, and did it in a way where they actually spoke about things that were kind of deep dives. Do you know what I mean? I mean, some of it's very obvious, but a lot of it is like little things that they like used from commercials from the 80s, or just, some extra added things that I think if you grew up in the 80s, you would know what they were talking about.
Right.
If you watched it today, if my girls watched it today, they wouldn't understand the commentary about all temperature cheer, or they wouldn't understand, things about Van Halen might break up. But it's funny to us. And so that's probably part of the reason I fell in love with it so early, is because I'm like, oh, this is my movie. Do you know what I mean? Like, because in 1998, they waited a decade.
Yeah. Do you think I should go through the 3 acts? I think it's pretty, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of value to the 3 acts.
Go ahead. I mean, just give the basics.
Robbie Hart is a popular small-town wedding singer whose life falls apart when his fiancée, Linda, leaves him at the altar. Devastated and unable to perform, he eventually strikes up a close friendship with Julia, a kind waitress, who asks him to help plan her upcoming wedding, which is kind of an interesting decision.
To Glenn. Well, she needs help, and she's also trying to get him out of his funk.
Upcoming wedding to the wealthy but arrogant Glenn Guglia. Act 2. As Robbie and Julia spend more time together picking out registration and cakes, they realize they have a deep connection and genuine chemistry that Julia lacks with Glenn. Robbie discovers Glenn is a chronic cheater who plans to continue his infidelity after marriage, but a series of misunderstandings leads Robbie to believe that Julia truly loves Glenn for his money. Act 3, after a heart-to-heart with his neighbor, Rosie, Robbie realizes he must tell Julia how he feels and boards a plane to Vegas to stop her destination wedding. With the help of Billy Idol, of course, and the flight crew. And that's just a fun airplane to be on. Robbie performs a song for Julia over the intercom, leading them to finally unite while Glenn is humiliated.
So I can just show my age by saying this. I remember the first time I saw it, and Billy Idol, I was like, oh my God, he looks so old. He actually looked great.
Yeah.
So it's just me, like, at the time.
Speaking.
Yeah, in 1998, I was like, what's Billy Idol doing?
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, wow, he looked great.
Yeah.
And he was funny.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I feel like there's a few other possible actors for that role, but
You mean musicians from the 80s?
Yeah, I think
Who would you?
David Lee Roth, maybe. I don't know if he was on
He could
the
have
list or
been
not. but,
funny
yeah.
too.
David Lee Roth's kind of weird.
Yeah, and that would have been a good like connection to the Van Halen breaking up
That's true.
thing. That would have been funny. Before we jump to Remember When, do you want me to do my list of
Yes.
favorite wedding movies?
Hold on, I got to do my.
The countdown continues on our way to number 1.
Kisses coast to coast.
This is Kathy's top 5. What?
Wedding movies. Okay, so I'm gonna do. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6.
Can you'll only pick 5, sweetie.
Really?
Leave number 6 off.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that one off then. I know which one I'm gonna leave off. Okay, number 5 is Wedding Crashers.
Of course. Love it.
So
I can't believe we haven't done that one yet.
I know. I feel so Todd and I have movies that we have bought that we bought them so we can just kind of just play them whenever we want to or listen to them before bed. And that is one that we have bought.
Yep.
So Wedding Crashers is number 5.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
I gotta.
Did you hear what I just said to you? Stage 5, virgin, clinger? Let's go. I'm going to start the car. I'm serious. Let's go.
Just want to give a shout out to Wedding Crashers. That'd be a fun month to do wedding movies, but go ahead.
We should. Because these movies could be good for it.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm going to say Muriel's Wedding.
Never heard of it.
It's a 90s movie that also is like a throwback as far as music. It uses all ABBA music. And I don't mean they use it like the way Mamma Mia uses
Is the lady
it.
from Sixth Sense in there?
Correct.
Yeah, I think you made
Toni
me watch
Collette.
this a while ago.
I did.
Yeah.
It's a very, it was kind of a cult movie. It was pretty deep too. Like it had some really sad undercurrents about trauma and growing up in a family that has trauma or secrets or lies that you have to pretend you don't see. And also about how music helps her cope, and also about how she finds a good friend and she finds herself because she inevitably is given everything she wants or that she thought she wanted.
So number 4 is Muriel's Wedding.
Muriel's Wedding. Number 3, I am going to say 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Okay. Andy McDowell.
Andy McDowell, Hugh Grant. It's one of those movies that really surprised me when I saw it, that I was like, wow, that was so deep and good. Like, you think it's just going to be like a comedy, and then I guess I should have known from the title, there's a funeral in there. But there's a lot of depth about friendship and about honesty and communication, and we love who we love.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To Bernard Jeffrey St. Delaney.
To Bernard Jeffrey St. Delaney.
What's the equivalent of Mr. Bean in the United States? Because it seems like he just kind of shows up in everything that's British.
I know, and he's kind of a different.
What's
he's
his
like,
name?
I don't remember.
It's not Mr. Bean, is it?
No, that was his character.
Okay.
I don't know. My next one is. I'm trying to decide which one I should put first. I think I'll say Wedding Singer.
Okay.
Is number 2.
Okay.
And then I will say that Bridesmaids is number 1.
Oh yeah, Bridesmaids has got it. That's one of the best comedies of all time.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yes, it's the one. I watch Wedding Singer a lot, but I watch Bridesmaids more, and Bridesmaids are more women my age, and just kind of hit at a perfect time, and just to have a comedy with all women.
And I hope and I pray that I never have to. Kap kun ka. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for coming.
Really quick.
Thank you all for coming.
I just wanted to say really
Dessert
quick.
Consuelo?
Really quick. Speaking of Consuelo, Lillian and I took Spanish together in school. And so I would just like to say to you and to everyone here, gracias para vivir en la casa.
Melissa McCarthy, I think Melissa McCarthy, she's the funniest character I've ever seen in any movie,
and
bar
she
none.
wasn't even in that clip.
You can have your Carl from Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Give me whatever. What's Melissa McCarthy's first?
Megan.
Megan. She's the best. Anyways.
She talked to a dolphin.
I like your list. Mario's Wedding, whatever. I know that's
It's a
an
woman's
important
movie.
movie for you. But other than that, I thought you did well. 4 Weddings, I could probably come up with something different. But
My number 6 with Mamma Mia.
glad you didn't bring that one.
Why? Mamma Mia's awesome.
Well, Do you really have to ask me why?
I know. Didn't I take you to Mamma Mia in the theater? Didn't we go?
It sounds possible.
I think because remember we got to dance. We got to stand up and dance.
I don't remember standing up and dancing in the movie theater for Mamma Mia. So you may have taken one of our kids.
No, I didn't. I think I took you, but it's okay that you don't remember because you were going as like a. I'll support you.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
Do you have any other set the scenes before we go to remember?
Let's go to
I don't have any remember.
I don't either.
Let's skip over it.
Let's skip over it. Let's go to random facts.
Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
All right. I have some random facts. Let's see. Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
Did an uncredited rewrite of the script to improve female characters. She's a good writer, or she was, right?
She is. She came in, they had the script, Drew Barrymore came to Adam Sandler, said, we need to do a movie together. Adam Sandler found a script. There were some rewrites. I believe Judd Apatow was involved as well. And then Carrie Fisher read it and said, you need better love scenes. And she doesn't mean like sex scenes, but love. And you need to write the women better, which thank God for Carrie Fisher.
I should have expected to find you holding Vader's leash. I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board. A little short
British.
for a stormtrooper.
This is some rescue.
Yeah, she went from British to American within a few scenes.
She didn't know how to do it.
She pulled the old Kevin Costner and Robin Hood.
She
Just
did.
kinda let it go.
She's like, I'm going to let that one go.
Okay. What's your next random fact?
My next random fact is that this movie became a stage musical of the same name. It debuted in 2006, and John Lovitz was in it, and he was Jimmy Moore, who he's also in the movie. He sings to he's a wedding singer as well, and he's excited that Robbie's quitting or has stopped because he's getting all of his gigs. So he has a funny moment. So that's funny.
My turn.
Okay, go ahead.
Billy Idol's son convinced him to do the movie. I assume it's because Billy Idol's son was a big fan of Adam Sandler.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably the Billy Madison stuff.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
What do you got?
Let's see. So Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore did 3 movies together. This was the first one. And then the second one was 50 First Dates, which is also one of my favorite movies to rewatch. And then the last one was called Blended, which I didn't see, which is weird that I didn't even make time to see that movie. But 50 First Dates, I was literally watching 2 days ago. I love that movie. It also surprised me where they went with that movie. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember seeing it for the first time and being like, whoa?
I do not.
Oh, okay.
I do not.
Okay, so next thing.
Random facts. Ellen Albertini Dow, Rosie, she was 84 years old during the filming of this, which I think is kind of awesome. And I feel the need. I'm hoping I can get this technology to work with me.
Are you going to do Rapper's Delight?
I'm not. I'm going to do something else. You remember the scene where she's paying him?
With meatballs?
With meatballs?
Uh-huh.
I watched it again this morning, and I thought it was very funny. We're going to give this another whirl.
Okay.
And
hey, there's me. Okay.
There you go. And then we're just going to press.
Oh, they taste so good. It's like I'm ripping you off, Rosie.
I don't have any clean Tupperware.
All right, well, definitely next time, okay?
Oh, don't be silly now. Hold out your hands.
You want okay. Oh. Thanks a lot.
Now, please, take a bite so I can watch you enjoy it. It's my favorite part.
Oh, okay, well, I'll go with the right one. Looks good. That's good meatball. That's good meatball.
That is so
She's
good.
so excited.
I know. I just love that scene. Anyways, I didn't think it was that funny, and then I saw it 2 or 3 times, and all of a sudden it became funnier.
Well, his response is good. He's so lovely, and she's just so excited and has no idea why that's crazy.
Don't you love it when old people are just excited?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I love her character because her whole goal, like the reason she and Robbie are working together, is because it's her 50th wedding anniversary, and she wants to tell her husband how much she loves him. So she wants to sing him a song, and Robbie's helping her. And I told Todd, I'm going to do that at our 50th.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I don't believe this, but it says the meatball scene was improvised. No way.
No way.
I'm not buying that. That's false internet stuff. You got anything else for random facts?
Let's see. Boy George watched the film, and if you know the scene with Alexis Arquette, who's in the band, and every time Robbie takes a break, he gets to sing. His name's George in the movie. George gets to sing, and the only song he ever sings is "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?" And it's funny because when we were watching last night, Todd's like, I don't know why when she first started singing, he's like, I don't know why everybody thinks this is so funny, but what's funny is that he keeps doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm going back between she and he, and I apologize. In the movie, his name's George and he's he. In real life, Alexis Arquette identified as female, so I'm just trying to
And
be
real
thoughtful
quick
of both.
about the Arquettes.
Uh-huh.
I asked you if this Arquette was related.
Correct.
Turns out yes.
Yes.
Rosanna, who we know from Desperately Seeking Susan and Pulp Fiction.
Correct.
Patricia, who we all know from Boyhood, and what's the one with Adam Scott? Severance. David Arquette, who is
Scream.
Courtney Cox's ex-husband.
Correct.
And then Richmond Arquette. Do you know who Richmond Arquette is? He was in Seven and The Curious Case of Benjamin
Oh,
Buttons.
okay. So every single one of them, they're like the Baldwins, the
I guess
Arquettes
so.
and the Baldwins.
Yeah, it says that there's 4 of the 5 that became famous. So I think there's another one there.
Yeah, and Alexis unfortunately passed away.
Oh, no. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Complications from AIDS.
Oh, geez.
Mhm.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But a very outspoken advocate for the transgender community, and also very much influenced the siblings to be outspoken advocates, obviously.
Yep.
But yes.
Do you have any other random facts?
Let's see. So this is kind of I guess this is kind of a random fact. When Robbie tells Linda, "Get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band," and they break up, that would have been August 4th, 1985, the day before the wedding was supposed to happen. But David Lee Roth had already left Van Halen April 1st.
Oh, wow.
1985.
Oh, interesting.
So it had already happened.
Because then David Lee Roth had to go make his next tape, and I think it was called California Girls.
I love that you called it a tape.
And it was a 4-song tape. No, Just a Gigolo.
Paradise?
California Girls. No, Paradise came later.
Okay.
But I just remember it's just kind of and I love Van Halen and anything that was related to Van Halen, so I bought the tape. And, who doesn't like a cover of California Girls? It was good.
Well, and that was David Lee Roth going like full commercial. And that's fine. Like, it's not like I'm not trying to call him a sellout, but he was literally like the comedian of MTV and the the whole Dave TV thing.
Yeah, Dave TV. We're just going to give you.
It's like a perfect 80s mention because why is that so popular? Like, we were so weird.
Well, I think we were force-fed into, you're going to like this.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I am. Because it really, is there a lot of good musical? First of all, it's a cover.
Whoa. Be careful. Are you talking about David Lee Roth or the 80s?
David Lee Roth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
I thought you could say there wasn't good music in the 80s.
No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying we just consumed whatever they put in front of us for the most part.
Correct. And to your point, it was force fed. I remember when the video came out, the Dave TV video, that it was like for days. They're like, and in 2 days, David Lee Roth debuts his new video. Like, it was everything was such a production. And so we were excited for these things. And then it just became popular. It was on the radio. It was done.
Can't take your eyes off of it, and you can only see it here. Live on Dave TV.
I don't even know.
Cut it!
Was that a character?
Yeah, it was just a character. Yeah.
Character in some videos.
Yes. Okay, so I have my favorite random fact here.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm so excited. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so several of the cast members in this movie were also on Friends.
Yes.
Okay, are you ready?
Let's hear it.
It's almost easier to like list who was not in Friends.
Right.
Okay, so can you do some? Because off the top of your head,
Drew Barrymore, was she in Friends?
Nope.
Oh, Christine Taylor was in Friends.
she was. Do you remember who she was?
No.
She was Bonnie, and she shaved her head.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Because Rachel was encouraging her to do so.
I don't remember Adam Sandler being in Friends.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, interesting.
No.
And I can't even think of any other actors that were in this movie.
So Christina Pickles, who plays Julia's mom,
Oh,
is
that's right. Mrs. Geller.
Mrs. Geller.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then John Lovitz was in
That's
Friends.
True. Good one.
Okay. And then this is my favorite one.
Okay.
So Angela Featherstone, who plays Linda
Yep.
in this movie, honey, she was Chloe from the Xerox shop.
You are really giving me more credit than I deserve. Who was?
She is the one that Ross hooked up with
Oh, when they were on a break?
when they were on a break.
Oh, interesting.
Remember, he and Chandler loved Chloe from the Xerox place?
Yeah.
That's her.
Interesting.
I know. So that's a lot.
I want to just see if I can find. No, it's 2 minutes long. I was going to play a little clip of We Were on a Break, but it's too long. So, anyways, okay, I have one more random fact.
Let's hear it.
And it is less interesting as yours, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyways.
Okay.
The film's soundtrack was so popular, it had 2 volumes released.
Yes. I actually have every single song here.
Oh, boy. Don't say them all, but say some of them.
Okay. So the tracks of the first album.
Like, did they know they were coming out with 2 when they came out with the first one?
No, it was because the first one was so popular.
Okay.
So first of all, they end the movie with "Video Killed the Radio Star," but it's not the Buggles who sing it; it's the Presidents of the United States of America sing it. So they were just a band that were popular in the '90s. Do you remember them?
Vaguely.
And then of course, Culture Club. Do you really want to hurt me? Every little thing she does is magic. How Soon Is Now by the Smiths. You told me not to read them all, but I want to.
Read a few more.
Love My Way by the Psychedelic Furs, which they used twice, actually. Hold Me Now, Thompson Twins.
Hold Me Now.
Every Day I Write the Book, Elvis Costello.
I feel like there was a John Hughes favorite in this movie. Did you already say it, maybe? Hold Me Now? Was that a John Hughes
Well,
song?
Thompson Twins is in 16 Candles, but it's If You Were Here and not Hold Me Now.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
And then just 2 more.
Yep.
Pass the Dutchie, which I remember being like, oh my God, Pass the Dutchie is in this movie.
Yeah.
Because again, we're now in the world of you can get access to any music you want. So nothing is that crazy. But in the 90s, it was like, it hadn't been that long since we were in the 80s. And so to like hear a song from like middle school that was kind of weirdly popular. And it's another one of those like, why did we love Pass the Dutchie so much?
Pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side. That's all I
Musical
know.
Youth. And so then the next, so that was one album, and China Girl and a few others.
Okay.
And then the next one basically had just as many. My point is, the reason that I wrote all of these down and as we were watching is because they use them, they're like continuous. It's like one after another. You know what I mean? Like
do.
they're not. Their whole intention is we're going to set a mood here, and so every single scene there's a new 80s
I
song.
wonder how much of the budget was music, because it seemed maybe Adam Sandler by then was commanding a high salary, but they really, it's kind of like the Forrest Gump of rom-coms because of the amount of songs that they have.
Well, I will tell you, without really understanding the business, people who know the business better may disagree with me, but these bands, it's not like Kaja Gugu was getting a lot of requests for their music.
Right.
So they probably weren't getting the payment for it wasn't that much.
Yeah,
Or like,
they're like, hey.
A Flock of Seagulls was not
Yeah.
getting a lot of requests.
By then, if this movie actually
Right.
came out in the 80s,
In
it'd
the
be a different
80s,
story.
They were probably so psyched because, as we know from everything that happens, is if you get a song back out mainstream, like, you get it on Glee, you get it on American Idol, you get it on a show, Grey's Anatomy, whatever, or, Stranger Things with Kate Bush, it blows up again.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't someone want to do this?
Very retro.
It is. Okay.
All right. Anything else on random facts, or can we move on?
Did you have a favorite song that is played in the movie where you're like, oh, I love that song?
No, there's some good songs in there, but none of them are like stand out beyond the others. So, do you?
Do I have a favorite? Probably not. I got excited about a few of them that came up, but I don't know. I think the 2 that I would love to like talk about for a second is Der Kommissar, and then 99 Luft Balloons, because both of them are not in English, and yet we all love them and we would sing them.
Well, they had the English version for 99 red balloons, sweetie.
They did, but it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
We liked to sing 99
And I remember the
love
lady
poems.
had hairy armpits, and it was a huge deal.
And she's European, and we
Yeah.
need to deal.
No, we were Americans, and we would have a problem with a woman who doesn't shave her armpits.
I know, but
It's just the way we were.
I guess. Do you want to play the beginning of that song?
No, because I'm queued up for the limo driver.
Okay.
Got to go to that.
All right.
But we're going to go to WTF here.
Okay, let's go.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
All right. I wanted to put this in hot take, but it's not a hot take.
Okay.
It's more of a WTF.
Mm-hmm.
Julia would never hang out with Glenn.
Oh my God, that's one of mine. I just wrote the same
she's
thing.
Sweet. She's nice. He's a jerk. I'm just trying to think of when he wakes up and he's got the.
He's like, hey, babe, breakfast in bed? Are you going to bring me breakfast in
He's
bed?
kind of funny. But so the first thing is, I don't think she'd be with him.
So a few things that they say during the movie to kind of help you understand is, number one, he says, you know, when Robbie's asking, you know, like, why are you getting married then? He's like, Glenn is like, she earned it.
Yeah, right.
He's like, she earned it because she was with me before I made my money.
Yeah.
So Glenn could have potentially been different before, and then he
Maybe
made money.
money changed him.
Right. Then he
Okay.
started to think he was Don Johnson and
Yeah.
started driving a DeLorean, which again, two little funny things.
Yeah.
Like one of the funniest things is when that door opens and Miami Vice is playing.
Yes.
And she didn't know he was cheating on her. But I agree with you that as far as their like chemistry,
No.
like I have no idea what she was thinking.
Yeah.
And they had been engaged for 2 years.
Yeah. He made her wait as long as possible. So
She earned it.
she earned it. That's the only big one I had. Other than like, why is she? No, I'm not even gonna say it because I'm like, why is she asking Robbie to like help her coordinate the wedding? Like, you'd think that there'd be other people in her life that would do that other than this man that she just met 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so I'll debate you
All right.
on this with my many viewings of the movie. Number one, no, she just moved there.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she moved there to be closer to Glenn. All she has, her mom is 50 miles away,
Mm-hmm.
so her mom can't help her. She's living with her cousin, who is Christina Taylor, and she's like, she's not into this at all. She doesn't want to help me at all. And then she already had a run-in where she tried to like get flowers or something, and she got overcharged. She doesn't know anybody. Glenn says to her, I got an idea.
Yeah.
How about you do the whole thing?
Yeah.
So she's totally doing it by herself. And she and Robbie have chemistry, even if it's initially friendship chemistry, and he knows everything.
Sweetie, from a percentage standpoint, let's say Robbie did 2% of the wedding planning,
Right.
and she did 98%. How much do you think I did for our wedding 23 years ago?
Not a lot.
I know. Give me a percentage.
I don't know, 10, 15?
I was thinking more like 20 or 30.
What did you do?
I helped with.
Okay, it's going to be interesting.
I helped with the tables where we were like, let's do the movie things instead of like, hey, you're at table
Whose
5.
idea was that?
It's probably your idea,
It was
but
my
the
idea.
execution, Robbie would have been like, great idea, or Glenn would have been like, good idea, honey. But we were in that together.
So just so everybody knows that they know that Todd and I have been this way for our whole lives,
Yeah.
is when for our wedding, you know, when you put numbers for a table, like you're at table 7 and then
Yeah.
everybody gets a thing. We didn't number our tables. We made them movies. So
No,
we had,
what we did actually was on the table where you go pick up your card with your name in it, in that card is a quote from
that's
a
right.
movie.
We made it a game.
So if you had the movie, if
That's
you
right.
had the quote,
Yeah.
and you need to ask people like, hey, I don't know
What's this quote from?
What it, and then at the tables, it would have a miniature poster of these different movies. So like
That's
for
right.
Dumb and Dumber there's an 8-person table. There's 8 different quotes.
Yep,
and
that
that's
was
how
it.
you'd figure out where you're sitting down.
You know, we just are who we are, people. And I don't just mean Todd and I mean all of us in the
Yes.
world, because that was very important to us to have all these movies.
Yes.
Our favorite
It's an
movies.
Insight to Todd and Kathy.
Yes, it is. And have all those quotes.
Yeah.
So yes, that you helped definitely. You and I did those tables together.
Also organized a very bad honeymoon.
Our honeymoon was so bad.
The food wasn't good.
No.
It just wasn't that good.
Sweetie, beer good, chicken bad.
Beer good. One of my buddies wrote, I don't remember.
We had this poster, you know, in the 90s or whenever we got married, there at 2000s, there was people would put up a poster and a picture of you and people would write on it.
Yeah.
So you could kind of keep it as a keepsake.
Yeah. And I think my friend Charlie said beard good, chicken bad, which is a very honest assessment.
I know. Yeah. So I'm not saying you did nothing. We got married in Galena, Illinois.
Yeah, it was
because
part
my
of
family's
all,
from there.
You led almost all of it.
Right.
But I was following your lead as opposed to removing myself
Yeah, and
from
you
it.
came to all the meetings with Kim,
Yeah, Kim
our
Furlong.
Kim Furlong, our wedding planner. And I also had like kind of a nervous breakdown the day before. So you helped me through that. Do you remember?
I remember your mom had a migraine and threw up.
Right.
I'm trying to remember, where did you have the breakdown at? Where were you?
At Peg's house in Galena.
Was it just me and you?
Yeah, I just really started crying, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I just feel like this has to be perfect, and
Oh,
I think something was going on with my skin, and
Yeah.
I didn't feel very good. And of course, like what I would say to 30-year-old Kathy now is like, of course you're going to feel this way. This
Right.
is way too much pressure.
Yeah.
And Todd and I tried to do things by taking pressure off of us, like by focusing more on the people who are coming,
Sure.
and we like pointed out whose birthday it was and other people's anniversary because we're like, this is for me, it was too much.
Yeah.
And I like to be on a microphone, and it was still too much. So I can only imagine really introverted people.
Mm-hmm.
There's no wonder they like to have a getaway or get married alone.
Elope.
Yeah, my parents got married in front of a judge. They only had 2 witnesses, and that was it. So
Yeah.
they told us we could just take the money and run. Right?
Easy.
Steve Miller Band.
Steve Miller Band.
But they did. My dad's like, here, you don't have to have a wedding. He's like, you can just take what we had put away and you can go do something with it, save it, whatever. And because he's like, that's what your mom and I did. But we decided to not do this.
Here's a story about Billy Joe and Bobby Sue.
It's one of the better intros from all time.
It is.
I feel.
Great drums.
Yeah.
And by the way, I heard it on my earphones.
All
So
right,
you
good.
said
Yeah,
you
I
did
pressed
it.
a button. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's all right.
Todd, we're still working through our little things with this new system.
Yeah, we are.
I hope we'll get there. And I hope it hasn't been too disruptive. I don't think it has been.
No.
We're just trying to keep up to date. You know what I mean?
Working our way through it. All right.
So
any
I
more?
have a few things.
Okay.
Robbie at the wedding where he sings Holiday and he's openly depressed and yelling at people and then sings Love Stinks and yells at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty openly hostile at a wedding. I would say that's a WTF.
Cindy and Scott are newlyweds. Whoopity-doo! He loves her, but she loves this guy right here. And he loves somebody else. You just can't win. And so it goes until the
Should I keep it going or not?
I love that part. I love when he sings Love Stinks because I love that song.
make you
Jake,
cry.
our husband.
I hate you.
I hate you.
I've had the blues, the rich and the pinks. One thing's for sure.
Love stings?
Love stinks.
So just openly hostile and ends up getting hit by the father of the groom and then ends up in a dumpster. Linda is like shockingly awful, like basically doesn't show up for their wedding and then comes over the next day and explains it's because she woke up and realized she was going to marry a wedding singer, which we already said at the beginning, he said something that I should have known maybe before yesterday. She's just awful. And then she tries to come back. And then this is a good WTF, and I'm sure you probably have this in your hidden gems, but Steve Buscemi is like
The
just
best.
a gift in this movie.
So 2 quick sound clips.
Okay.
I realized I'm about to marry a wedding singer. I am never going to leave Ridgefield.
Why do you need to leave Ridgefield? We grew up here. All our friends are here. It's the perfect place to raise a family.
Oh, yeah. Living in your sister's basement with 5 kids while you're off every weekend doing wedding gigs at a whopping $60 a pop?
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday.
Solid. And then I know that we played this clip last time, but I can't not play it again.
For me. Like when I was in rehab and like the time I couldn't find my car. Harold, you know, he's always been the dependable one. And I've always been the screwed up one, right? Why can't you be more like your brother? Harold would never beat up his landlord.
That's the best line right there.
Harold would never beat up his landlord. The best is when he's like the better man, and then he comes out playing the guitar.
Yeah, and he's got the drink in his hand and everything else. So yeah,
And then,
rock solid.
the best part, we laughed when he comes outside after.
Yeah, and he trips and falls
and he goes,
backwards.
"Ow!"
Buscemi, he's so good.
Yes, it's
Okay.
just a gift that keeps giving.
Anything else in this category before we move on to hidden gems?
No, I think I'm ready.
All right. You got any hidden gems?
I do. So we already talked about Alexis Arquette, right? And because I wanted to make sure that I understood what had happened, I kind of did a deep dive. And so this hidden gem is about Alexis Arquette in the movie, but it's also about the fact that this, like, you know, my Gen X sensibility, she plays the boy in the video She's a Beauty by the Tubes. Do you remember that video?
No, sweetie. I love it how you ask me these questions. That
Okay.
I obviously
Do you know
don't
the song She's a Beauty?
I can look it up.
Can you look it up? Can you
Sure.
play it? Because there's this part where, if you know the song by the Tubes, where there's this boy that rides through a ride with a woman who's like kind of holding him in. And by the end, he's become an old man. But at the beginning, because obviously, you know, when Alexis Arquette was born, obviously male, but so do you remember that now?
I remember the song. I don't remember the video.
So I just thought I was like, wow, it's just so funny. Something that I have really realized in life, which is not going to be shocking to anybody, is Hollywood is kind of already filled with the same people, and the same people kind of filter through it. Like, obviously people break out and they end up in Hollywood, and they were someone from the Midwest, and all of a sudden they end up in Hollywood. But it's a lot of nepotism. I feel like everyone's like, duh, Kathy. I know this, but it's like when you really look at people's histories, their parents were in movies, and so therefore they got a role, and then they just kind of, you know, they're born into the business.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times when you're like kind of looking at someone's past, you're like, oh, their parent was a screenwriter, and, you know, they were in this music video, and they directed this, and it's just all the same people.
I have 3 hidden gems. I don't know if any of them. Well, one of them's true. I don't know about the other 2. The fact that there's a Frankie Goes to Hollywood shirt. It's kind of a nice little touch
And he
to
says,
the 80s.
relax.
The old man who Robbie talks to on the porch is played by Sandler's father in a cameo. Not sure I'm believing that.
I don't remember that.
I don't know.
Okay.
And then the flight attendant is played by Sandler's wife, Jackie, though they weren't married yet.
I believe that because he always puts her in his movies.
And then Carbone is in this movie.
Carbone from Goodfellas.
From Goodfellas. And I've never seen Carbone in anything other than some like Italian mobster movie. So, and his hair reminded me of Fever Pitch, the dad in Fever Pitch.
Totally.
These guys that paint their hair black.
And his scene, he's got a few scenes, but it's really funny because he's like trying to explain to Adam Sandler. He's married to his sister, and he's trying to explain how they used to be wild and what they used to do in bed. And he's like, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
So it's a funny scene.
Do you have any hidden gems?
I think I'm good.
All right. So we're heading over to Rolling in the Deep. Do you have any?
Yeah, I do.
What do you got?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about settling versus really being at peace. I think that something that Robbie really wanted, if you listen to the story of his life, is his parents died when he was 10 years old. And so he really wanted to have a marriage and a family because he felt pretty traumatized by that and wanted more solid foundation. And so he had an idea of what he wanted. It was a story he believed, and Linda made sense to him on paper. She was from his hometown, etc. And the relationship, it functioned, but it didn't fit him. It's kind of like she's actually right when she says, you know, when you were in the band and you had your shirt was unbuttoned and you were up on stage, I was so hot for you. But as they got older, he just tried to retrofit it, make it keep working. And she knew that they were not meant to be anymore. And so he just really he was trying to settle in. And it really wasn't meant for him, which is a big aspect of the movie. And on that note is like the danger of choosing a life that looks right instead of feels right. I think you and I know a lot of people, like when we, talking about getting married, when people start getting married, it tends to be because of the age they are and who they are with at that time.
Totally agree.
And, especially I kind of felt like in our generation around 25, 26, 27.
You're going to marry basically whoever you happen to be dating.
Exactly. And people are like, oh, I guess it's time versus this is really correct.
Yeah.
Like choosing a life that looks right to people instead of realizing that it doesn't feel right. Because what you end up doing is creating a misaligned future.
Right.
Like if you're not aligned from the beginning, you're not going to be aligned later. There are some that can work out. Like I think, there are some people that have really surprised me on both sides.
Yeah.
People that you thought were going to make it and didn't. And then people who you're like, this is never going to work. And they somehow made it work. So there's always situations and instances where, our initial instincts are wrong. But that compatibility and viability and vitality and it's a lot of things that in your 20s can be difficult to know because you're just trying to follow a pattern. But one thing I will say, because there's a few people in my life who I'm talking to about this, they're going through things, is ignoring your own internal resistance to something is not a good idea. Like if you have a lot of internal resistance to something, if it be a wedding or a person or a choice, and your body is like reeling, it's not necessarily that it's going to be completely no, because sometimes that's fear or sometimes that's other things.
You got to discern between real fear and projected fear or something like that.
But it's at least doubt that you should look into. Honestly, everybody, like, old Zen parenting radio days, I probably talked about this, but I probably did, 5 to 8 years of therapy around figuring this out.
Yep.
Like one of Todd and my oldest stories is that Todd really wanted to have 3 children and I just wasn't sure. And I had to go into pretty deep therapy about what I really wanted because I had a lot of internal resistance initially, fear. And when I really worked through it, it wasn't a big no. It was just being afraid because it was different than what my parents did, different than what my sister did. And it was me kind of breaking out of, I did want to have another kid, but I felt afraid of breaking out of that mold.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's not no, but I needed to research it and figure out where it came from. So,
Sweetie, just like Adon.
Adon, we were watching Love on the Spectrum again.
And Danny wants to have an intimate relationship with Adon. Danny's a female, Adon is a male. And when they were starting to date, he said, I'll consider it.
I'll consider a sexual relationship with you.
And then she goes, well, you said that you consider it. And he said,
I did. And I decided no.
He was, his religion is something that inhibited his ability to decide to say yes.
I am a big Danny fan and I'm a big Adon fan.
Right? That's the thing. They were both
right. Yeah.
Which is kind of the heartbreak of their breakup, which we saw on camera. Love on the Spectrum.
It's such a great show.
Gotta watch it.
And then I'm going to do one more.
Okay.
How earnest people get punished for their sincerity. Like Robbie was so sincere.
Oh, Robbie's just a great person.
He is. And Linda takes advantage of him and he's just, he's open emotionally and he's getting hurt for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's getting, and a lot of that is from his history. Glenn is kind of the typical male prototype of like, I'm going to do what I want. I'm strong. I've got money. She earned it, all that kind of stuff. And for a movie is what I mean, not in the world. I'm not trying to be unkind. I'm just saying that he is a very typical male character in a movie.
Right.
And, Robbie is the opposite. He's heart-centered and very thoughtful. I mean, even when he goes to tell Julia that he loves her the first time, he sees her in the window and she's actually play acting that she and Robbie are getting married, and he doesn't know that, but he sees her in the window and he says, she's just so happy.
Yeah.
I don't want to take that happiness from her.
I call that the Three's Company moment. Miscommunication.
Totes, Mr. Furley.
Before we kind of start to close the show, we have to show this scene.
Okay.
Okay. Because it's just too important.
Of course I'm going to hire him. Not only is he your best friend, but he's the only limo driver in town.
Yeah, I just like having fun with him.
Wow. Look at him go.
Look at him go.
Better move it, man. You're not gonna make it. You hit two cones. Those could have been people. Those could have been guests at her wedding. They were cones.
They were
Sweetie, how
cones.
often do we say that in our household?
Say they were cones all the time, which is one of our categories.
Yeah,
where we're
it's
supposed
this
to talk about things we say in our home.
Yeah, they were cones.
They were cones.
I love that limo driver, and it's such a random part of the movie that makes no sense. Like, is this really that important to be able for limo driver to be like go through cones and?
It's funny.
And it's very funny and stupid and amazing. I love it.
Well, and they say in that scene, she says, Julia's like, I'm going to hire him. He's the only limo driver in this town. And he goes, I know. I'm just trying to mess with him. They were cones.
Are there any other categories that you want me to play?
Let's see.
May the bridges I burn light the way.
My goal is to put that in at least once every episode.
I think that there is nothing else. I would say that my last deeper question, which is enrolling in the deep, are going right back to it, is are you building a life to be seen or life to be lived?
That's good.
Those are two different things. And that my favorite scenes can I just tell you my favorite scenes real quick? The meatball, which you already played. And then when Julia she throws up and she's like, I have puke in my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, does my hair smell like puke?
Yeah.
And that's like kind of where they realize they love each other.
For sure.
I love that scene because then when they're standing there, Glenn pulls up and the DeLorean opens and Miami Vice is playing. It's just all good. Okay, so I'm just ready for the music game if you are.
All right, let me see if I can get on over to the music game sound.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to win this week.
All right.
In case you're listening to Zen Parenting for the first time, this is
actually Zen Pop.
Sorry, Zen Pop. We pick a song that captures the vibe of the movie that isn't obvious. So I'm going to go first. And like I said, not proud of this one, but I'm going to go ahead and go with it anyways.
Okay.
And he's holding her in his arms late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl.
Okay, I get where you're coming from.
It's pretty much coming from Captain Obvious, but that's okay. It's 80s,
Yeah.
right? And Glenn is dating Julia, and
So he is the Jesse.
yeah, right.
Mhm.
That's what I got. What do you got?
Okay. I think I win. Mine is
you win.
better.
Okay.
Mine is my favorite Pat Benatar song, which is We Belong,
Ooh.
which is from the 80s. And it's really kind of what they realized in this movie.
Pretty good. Sweetie, I'll tip my hat to you for that.
Yes.
Is there any other parts of the movies that you wanted to play that we didn't play? I think I'm going to close out with the song that he sings at the end.
I Want to Grow Old With You.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And just on that note, that song was put on the second CD because, there was the first CD, The Wedding Singer, and then they came out with the second one and they put I Want to Grow Old With You on it.
Give me a second to find it. And yeah, I think this is the part. We'll see you next week, right?
See you next week, everybody.
Your tummy aches, build you a fire if the furnace breaks. So it could be so nice growing